NTU. So these are committees that we actually run. So we have about 17 of them. Yeah. So anything that you are particularly interested about?
So these are the compulsory activities that need to be run like yearly, annually, is it?
Not really. So it's dependent on the president as well as the direction of the executive committee. So actually we used to have even more committee, but we start to streamline them. So but there are some activity that we will always run them. So like union orientation program is for the freshmen. NTU fairs will depend on the university direction. Open house is the one that we run every year to we will co-organize with the university to actually get the prospective student down to NTU to see whether they want to apply for NTU or not.
Is it collegiate activities or is it under faculty?
So actually it's headed by open house as well as office of admission and financial aid. So actually we work together to run this open house. Welcome week is a yearly event as well to welcome freshmen and to let them know about university. Student engagement is not an activity, it's a function by itself. Student integration as well. Ministerial Forum is a committee that will organize current affair talks where we get minister down on a regular basis. So like next 2 weeks, we will have one minister coming down. Like in April, we have another minister coming down to talk to students. Yeah, so Welfare Initiative Committee, they run initiatives that are beneficial to the students. So like as a welfare pack giveaway, welcome back to school and all these things. For ICON, it's mainly about career opportunities, development. For General Secretariat, it's mainly fixed because all these functions we have to have them to keep a union running. For business and corporate comms, these are the ones that we actually need them to run the union function as well. Yeah, so these are all our services, initiatives and events. So there's UShop, URock. So URock is just over there. It's a place where students can relax and play some console game, card game, even billiard. Yeah. So we also have ULocker, which is a locker service that we provide to student organization as well as students at an affordable rate for a year. UPushCart is a pushcart initiative where students can just sell their stuff there, and it will last. Like they can rent it for 2 weeks to see, test fit their idea whether it works or not. So we also have youth facility. So NTU perks I already spoken about, Students Fund, ICON, UInsight is our online publication to update the student about what's happening on campus and stuff. So we got event like Welcome Week, Open House, UOC and Ministerial Forum. So these are our event and initiative. So for UCAN, we are trying to get students to actually adopt the principle that sharing is caring. And of course, this will occur during exam period where we will put food around, but we also have a donation box. If they want to take the food, they can donate and all this thing. So U-Study is our exam welfare pack giveaway. Every semester we'll give out about 6,000 exam welfare pack. U-Walk is a student engagement activity where we walk the ground to actually talk to students to understand about various concerns that they have. Yeah, so this is a U-Associate family. Yeah, that's all.
Wow.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
So, any questions?
Well, first question. Any event that you might have, you have your initial budget. You have like you already have the budget covered, but you still have to go out and do fundraising project.
It depends on what kind of event. So mostly we will get them covered by our subscription fee, and secondly is we will get sponsorship. So we don't really do canvassing, like we don't go out to do fundraising and all this. Right? Yeah, as much as we can, we also support our constituent body in one way or another. Yeah.
You're saying about sponsorship. You go coverage, you go for companies, NGOs. Is that it?
Yeah, companies, NGO. Yeah, depend on the nature of the event as well. To see how we can bring them in and all this.
Do you have your fixed, you don't have program. You have your fixed funnies?
We have
in the way of endowment fund, you have it
uh,
for teams.
so every year we collect subscription fee from students.
Alright.
Is together with the tuition fee. So we will get that. So that's our fund. And on top of it, we will have reserve fund. We will have accumulated fund where we actually can make use of them when there's a need to. But normally we won't need to use it. We won't have to use them because our subscription fee is enough to cover everything for that one whole year.
What about the governance? How do you handle the money, the students' money? I mean, the students, the union itself, you guys have like, I need to know the breakdown, your coverage. I mean, how much you control the money, like the cash flow, how you handle the in and out.
Okay. So our financial term is split into two, term 1 and term 2. Then we will get, because we pay school fee by semester, so we will get it by term 1 and term 2. Then on top of it, we will also, there will be Office of Finance, we have auditor to come down to check on our stuff. So we actually have to pay for auditor to come out and check our account and our statement. Then on top of it, a counselor is there to question. And we also every year have to publish our financial statement out to our students during our annual general meeting. Yeah.
So because the union and NP is quite different from ours, because ours we have a student representative that represents the whole university like you guys, and then we also have a breakdown by colleges, residential colleges. So instead of you guys have an executive council and then members, right? We have the highest student union is a student representative, and then the breakdown is by residential colleges and also by colleges. So we have a faculty student and also a collegial student. For me personally, me and Lokman, we are student executive councils for our college because we are from one of the colleges in UKM. I'm the vice executive, he is also vice executive for Umar Residential College. So we are also kind of somehow a student executive, but for a smaller branch in our university.
Yeah, so essentially we are the same. So like the halls, there's a representative body over there, and in the school there's a representative body which is a constituent club. So for the halls we engage them, so they are the associated bodies of the union. So they will have members sitting on the council, but they are not fully represented because there's an issue of double representation because they're already represented by your school and all these things, and not everyone stay on campus. So we don't want to create the impression that you pay more and that means you got one more representative representing you. So we want to avoid that. So we don't really have the hall system.
Because that is just how that's just how the structure works in UKM. So we have those kind of bodies. And also it's actually quite similar whereby we have annual programs like the NT Fest and everything. So in UKM what is similar is, although it's quite different in structure, for every college they have their own executive councils. And so for every college they have their own carnivals as well, like fest, Capriza Fest, carnivals and everything. So it's quite similar in terms of the annual programs, the dinner, the function. It's just like most of us are divided by residential colleges. So that's like the main comparison. Any questions, Ray?
So how did you choose the members? Is it by election or is it by just picked up?
Okay, so for the Union Executive Committee, so we talk about every year there will be a Union election day based on the Union Day itself. So on this Union Election Day, all the constituent body will go through the elections. So they will elect their president for a constituent club, the vice president, the secretary, and all these things. So everyone will be elected during that election. And concurrently running, there will be union representative election. So we are the union representative. So every constituent body is allowed one or two representatives. So we will get elected as well. But then after that, there will be a first council meeting where we elect the executive committee, which is to elect the president, the vice president, and all these things of the executive committee. So for the ESCO wise, it's a two-stage election. Yeah.
About the events that you held, is it all of the events held organized by the
representative council, or the students, other students are given the chances to join the organization as well?
Yeah, so actually, like just now I say we have a youth associate. So for us, we have about 300 to 400, but so all these are events that are run by the union, because all these actually fall through the gap. They are not covered by the constituent bodies as well, be it the non-academic or academic-wise. So that's why they are run by the student union. So in the constituent bodies, they will run events as well. So they will have their own committee members to run, maybe let's say MBS Day, or let's say Surf and Sweat, all these things. So they have their own committee to run all these initiatives as well. So essentially, the reach that the number of committee members we sum up, it can hit about 3,000 to 4,000 students that actually are running all these activities. This excluding the hall of residence. Yeah, so actually it's quite a large number of people that are doing all these things.
Anything else? You guys have a question? Or just like don't make it like it's an integration.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's all there is to it.
If not, we all can. Presentation, right?
Yes, we have our video presentation as well.
Yeah, so maybe it's your turn.
Sure.
Sure.
Well, you see our slides, right? We only have
Yeah, so we have slides here.
Okay. Cool. My friends. Great, that's a very good presentation.
Thank you.
Thank you.